960 people are about to die by their own hands, not in panic, not in despair, by choice. In 6 hours, when Roman soldiers breach the walls of this mountain fortress, they will find only corpses and silence. This is not a legend whispered around campfires. This happened, and we know exactly how. The year is 73 AD. The Jewish revolt against Rome has been crushed. Jerusalem burns. The temple, the heart of Jewish faith, reduced to rubble. Every fortress has fallen. Every rebel stronghold conquered. Every resistance fighter killed or enslaved. Except one. Masada, a fortress carved into a mountain plateau in the Judean desert. Sheer cliffs drop 1,400 feet on every side. The summit stretches barely 23 acres. Getting up requires a narrow snake path so treacherous that a single defender could hold off an army. King Herod built this place as his personal panic room, stocked with enough food and water to last years. Now Jewish rebels occupy it, 960 men, women, and children. The last free Jews in Judea. Below them, 15,000 Roman soldiers have just arrived. The Roman commander is Flavius Silva. He surveys the plateau from the desert floor. His engineers tell him what he already knows. A frontal assault up the snake path is suicide. Starvation could work, but these rebels have Herod's stockpiles. They could last a decade. Rome doesn't have a decade. Emperor Vespasian wants this finished. Every free Jew dead or in chains. The rebellion erased from history. Silva needs a plan that defies physics. He gets one. 8 Roman camps encircle the mountain. A siege wall, 6 feet tall and over 2 miles long, connects them. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. Then Silva's engineers start building something that shouldn't be possible. A ramp, not around the mountain, not sneaking up the snake path, straight up the western cliff face to the fortress walls. A ramp made of millions of tons of earth and stone. A ramp 450 feet tall. The rebels watch from above. They watch thousands of Jewish slaves, captured from the revolt, hauling rocks and dirt under the desert sun. The Romans can't use their own soldiers for this. If the rebels drop stones or shoot arrows at the work crews, they'll be killing their own people. It's psychological warfare at its cruelest. Every day the ramp grows. Every day the rebels must choose between stopping it and murdering their kinsmen. They don't attack the slaves. The ramp rises 50 feet, 100 feet, 200 feet. The rebels can see it now like a scar carved into the mountain's face. The Romans are building a road to the sky, and at the top of that road waits death or slavery. Inside Masada, a man named Eleazar ben Yair commands the rebels. He's a Sicarii, a member of the most extreme faction of the Jewish resistance. The Sicarii aren't moderates. They're zealots who believe any Jew who submits to Rome deserves death. They've spent years fighting not just Romans, but any Jew who counseled peace. Now Eleazar looks at his people. Warriors, yes, but also farmers, merchants, wives, children, families who fled here when the rebellion collapsed. 3 years they've lived on this rock, 3 years of freedom while the rest of their people suffered under Roman boots. They've raised children here, celebrated festivals, prayed, lived, but freedom has a price, and that price is about to come due. The ramp reaches the summit. March 74 AD. It's taken the Romans months. Now they roll a siege tower up the ramp, 90 feet tall, armored in iron plates. Inside, a battering ram pounds against Masada's wall. Stone cracks, mortar crumbles, the wall comes down. The rebels have built a secondary wall behind it. Not stone, wood. Giant timbers filled with earth to absorb the impact of Roman weapons. Silva sees it and smiles. Wood burns. He orders, fire arrows. The wood wall catches. Flames leap into the desert sky. The rebels try to fight the fire, but the wind shifts, blows the flames back into their fortress. By nightfall, the wooden wall is gone. Nothing stands between 960 Jews and the entire Roman army. Silva makes a calculation. It's too late in the day to attack. His soldiers are tired from the climb. He'll wait until morning, let his men rest. Let the rebels contemplate their fate through one long night. At dawn, he'll take the fortress. The resistance dies, Rome wins. He doesn't know the rebels are having a very different conversation. Eleazar ben Yair gathers his people. We know what he said because 2 women and 5 children will survive by hiding in a water cistern. They'll tell the historian Josephus, and Josephus will write it down. Eleazar speaks, "Tomorrow the Romans come, we have 3 choices: surrender and live as slaves, fight and die by Roman swords, or die free by our own hands on our own terms." Slavery means watching your children sold in foreign markets, means women violated by their masters, means spending your life in chains, working in mines, dying slowly underground, your name forgotten. Death in battle means the same fate for your family. Only those who fight will die quickly. Everyone else gets dragged to Rome. But there's a third way, a way to rob Rome of its victory, a way to die as free people together with dignity intact. We destroy everything of value. We burn the food stores so Rome gets no supplies. We leave only one storehouse intact so they know we didn't starve. We weren't defeated by hunger. This was choice. Then we die. Husbands kill wives and children. Then 10 men, chosen by lots, kill everyone else. Then 1 man, chosen by lot from the 10, kills the other 9. Then that final man kills himself. Rome finds corpses and silence. No triumph, no slaves, no victory parade, just the hollow echo of their own futility. The people vote, democracy on the edge of extinction. They choose death. What happens next, we know from archaeology. In the 1960s, excavators found 11 small pottery shards in Masada, Ostraka, each inscribed with a name. One reads Ben Yair, the lots, the physical evidence of this impossible decision. We know they set fires throughout the palace. We know they burned the storerooms, all except one, left untouched, still full of food. We know they gathered in groups, families together. We know weapons were drawn. The killing begins. Mothers hold children, fathers weep. The chosen 10 move through the fortress. Mercy killings, if such a thing exists. Quick, clean, over, then 9 of the 10 lie down. The final man stands alone among hundreds of bodies. He sets one last fire, then falls on his sword. Dawn breaks over Masada. Roman soldiers march through the breach, weapons ready, expecting battle, finding silence. They move cautiously through the fortress, past burning buildings, past bodies arranged in groups, families embraced in death. The silence is absolute, no screams, no resistance, just the crackling of flames. Silver walks through the aftermath. He finds the intact storehouse, realizes the rebels didn't starve, they chose this, every one of them. His victory turns to ash in his mouth. What do you call a conquest where the conquered rob you of triumph? 960 people, 7 men, 2 women, 5 children survived by hiding. They emerge from the cistern, tell the Romans what happened. The story spreads through the legions. These weren't fanatics dying in a last suicidal charge. These were families who looked at Roman victory and said, "No, you can have our bodies, you can't have our submission." The Romans build a monument. They're supposed to build monuments to victories. Instead, they build to a defeat that haunts them, because Masada proves something terrifying. You can't conquer people who refuse to be conquered. You can kill them, you can't break them. 2,000 years later, archaeologists excavate Masada. They find the skeletons, they find the pottery shards with names, they find the storehouse still full, they find everything Josephus described, every detail confirmed. This isn't myth, this isn't propaganda, this happened exactly as recorded. Today, Israeli soldiers swear their oaths atop Masada. The words echo across the plateau. Masada shall not fall again. It's not about the mountain, it's about the choice. The moment when 960 people looked at impossible odds and decided that freedom, even in death, beats survival in chains. The Romans won the siege. They lost something greater. They learned that empires can't truly conquer the human spirit. They can only destroy it. And even in destruction, the conquered can win. Masada stands. The wind blows across the plateau where families made their last stand, where children played while a ramp grew toward them, where ordinary people faced an extraordinary choice and chose each other, chose dignity, chose to end their story on their own terms. The stones remember, the archaeology confirms, the silence speaks louder than any battle cry. This happened, and 2 millennia later, we still can't look away.